I see you start running. I don't know why, but there's always a little bit delay when you do live. So I will talk today about impulse as a form of communication device possible, which is covered in secrecy and maybe one of the reasons why people hide it from the public. I'm talking about secret organizations. So I will say a few words. You know, a lot of people heard of a thing called voice of God. But in my personal opinion, this is technology that very few people know what it is. And when they try to talk about it, it's strange. And that's why I avoid talking about it as the way a lot of people perceive it as a tool, talking about the tool that somebody controls your mind. So. I don't subscribe to this, at least for now, until I have technological explanation of it. So, what is, as people say, voice of God as a weapon? We're talking about people that are in conspiracies. Is the fact that you start hearing like voice, but or something, and like voice, and a lot of times this is one of the reasons a lot of the targeted individuals consider to be a little bit off mentally, and there is always some kind of a this is their weak point in a way. Actually, the voice of God is a technology that, in different form, was worked on again in the former Soviet Union, and again it's part of the impulse technology. A few days ago, I put there a video about my experience with impulse in Salt Lake City that hit my left ear, and so it was a different type of it was a different type of sound. You see a lot of people think I have this neighbors that knock stuff out of the hit doors. Anyway, and the situation is really simple. When I was hit by this, I momentarily realized it was a different sound. Why? Because it sounds like somebody is drilling in your ear. But the second ear, you cannot hear anything, like nothing happens. So, how come the you can hear one ear, but you can't hear? Because both of the ears are fine, they work properly, and if they're going to be a noise, both eardrums will hear them. But how come I can hear only in one ear but nothing here? Okay, and then this is what the thing comes. It's the impulse is a higher level than a regular impulse that goes and hits your eardrum. Our ear, I call it anatomical alchemist. It can transform a mechanical vibration into a nerve impulse. And then this nerve impulse goes to your brain directly. So, what is the point here is that people who are using this type of pulse are already one notch up in technology. Okay? Apologies. The voice that or noise that you're hearing is already one level up. It bypasses the mechanical part of your ear. It goes directly into a second level that is just already receiving transformed impulse from your eardrum. So the factor who are controlling this technology currently, they're into the point of getting beyond eardrum, beyond the part of the mechanical eardrum work. Okay, so it means they reach the possibility of transfer of impulse carrying information into your next level of nerves. Okay, so why I want to talk about it further? It's because this, imagine you are engineer, that you know this technology and everything, and so every word, that contains letters, every letter, for instance, that has a perfect vibration, personal vibration, identical, like to know nothing. It means that the every sound, every sound, yes, it has personal signature. Okay, and if there's a noise, it goes to eardrum, and then so it comes out again as a unique signature, but in a nerve form. Okay, so if you know the signature of every word, you can, and I'm sorry, every letter, you can put the word by combining those signatures. And then I apologize, I have a problem with for a very long time. As I said, I have poisoning I had, and maybe the way somebody is playing with me. Anyway, the so you can put the signature nerve produced by a new sound that is transformed into a nerve impulse, and you can put them together. You can create a word. So then you can create from this word. You can create another sentence, or so on, so on. Practically, you can create a dictionary of sounds that they are transformed in a nerve impulse. So de facto, it's dictionary of nerve impulses that you can combine and create a conversation. So imagine if somebody really did this. They would simply can directly send it to your ear, okay? And it looks like being worked on. Why? Because those people that were showing their 60 minutes, they had unfortunate situation by being hit by impulse messages. All of them had some kind of an ear affection that was affected by this impulse was affected by the ears were affected, and it doesn't matter if it's state, not state of Georgia, but country of Georgia. There was one woman in a really, really bad condition. It means it's being tested possibly on live people, normal people, people who got hit in China in the trade in embassy trade department. They had the same thing. They had ear problems. So it's somewhere in this neighborhood that they're being hit, or the technology itself just hits there and affects your entire body, but you hear it only here. That's why it's very interesting to keep researching this thing. It can be a new form of communications with not just wireless. It's going to be completely from the ether. Imagine you have something like this. Somebody is transmitting you through an impulse information directly into your brain in a way, and you know things now from this moment on. And after somebody tells you, and you are in either you either you have advantage of somebody you're talking to. Imagine somebody who is like a spy, or who is trade negotiation situation or stuff like this, and somebody gets you this type of information through this device. So practically, you don't have a device. Your body is a device, and this is what I think beginning of information about voice of God is. It doesn't have anything to do with parties. Doesn't have anything to do with simply people sending impulses to your head to crazy. Maybe there are some situations, but the goal for this technology is to create not just weapon, but communication tool. Imagine you again, you're in the army and you don't need this gear, you don't need anything. So you just need yourself, and you can have impulse sent to you, delivering information directly to you. Wouldn't it be great? Anyway, this is what for now for today. And I'll see. I had a small thing I had to deal with, and unfortunately, and I will maybe we'll have another video in a couple of days. Have a good night for now. Thank you. And again, if you're a member of my community, thank you. And if you're not, just subscribe. I need people to subscribe. It's not about money. It's about simply people who can listen, and you're the community pretty much which understand things, even not sometimes everything, but you know that my intentions are to tell more and more stuff that I know. And for the last 6 months, I have massive information waterfall. Sorry, it just starting from on use of impulse in regular industry and use of impulse in military applications. And this is like as I said, every other or third day I have some kind of new information, and but at the same time I have let's put it a ton of crap that's being spilled on me, and people try to simply ruin me. Don't complain again to you, but in general, you know what perpetual impoverishment is. I'm being in a way bankrupted. Highly likely I will lose my apartment, which gonna I don't know for how much I can save there, but the way I realize is that I'm dealing with professionals that simply don't let go. You know, from my human point of view, I would never, I would never, I would simply settle with person like me. The word to fight for, but not. It's just, I think it's some kind of an ego issue for people who stole my father's work, and they simply cannot allow person like me to get back whatever is his. That's what it is, and it's going to be nasty. And but again, I thought I should have given up maybe, but I can't give up. My father died. Then my mother died recently, so 30 years apart, and the 31 years apart, and the I simply cannot say I'm going to walk away because your mother died, or my mother's death is suspicious, and I have obligation to, to investigate it. All right, you have a good night.